All right. Let's get into it. It is Friday.
It is Friday.
And I'm still sober.
Well, we just started.
Yeah. I'm working on it, though.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But yeah, it's Friday. Welcome to episode 3 of the Warfighter Tobacco Podcast. Yeah. Hopefully like 1 and 2. And we're going to keep this thing rolling and spread knowledge and information and all that fun stuff to you guys while we drink and smoke.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be quality knowledge. Maybe
I think
some.
it would be.
Yeah.
Some of it.
I like to stay humble. I'm an idiot.
This is all views on this show are the opinions of Scott and John.
We are not scientists, lawyers, doctors,
but we did,
or weathermen.
But we did stay at a Holiday Inn Express once. Yeah. But no, it's on today's show. We're going to go over a little bit about lighters. Some of the different types that we offer. But the biggest thing that we're going to cover on the lighters aspect is how to refill your lighter.
Yeah.
Yep. It is the number one question that we get through email.
Sometimes it's not a
social
question.
Media.
Sometimes it's my lighter doesn't work.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we followed up with, did you fill it?
Yeah.
And then it's what?
Yeah. How come it doesn't come with fluid? Well, we can't really ship it full.
Yeah. According to U.S. Postal Code something.
Yep. And then the other one we get is, hey, man, I love your lighter. It didn't work great. I ran it for a week or two. Now it doesn't work.
Yep.
And then did you refill it?
Right.
Oh, I have to refill it? You do. And then then the follow-up email is, hey, I refilled it. It worked twice. Now it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a reason it's pressurized on the inside of the butane.
Yeah. So there has to be the correct combination of butane and air pressure.
Yep. Once you use all the fluid and your lighter no longer works and you go to refill it by taking your butane upside down.
Now I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to stop you right there real quick. As a safety rule, when you refill your lighter, your cigar should not be near.
Well, I wasn't going to fill it yet.
I didn't know. I was trying to help.
That is a valid point.
Yeah, because it's very flammable.
It is.
Yeah.
But instead of just trying to fill it once it's empty, you still have pressurized gas inside the body, inside your fuel container, inside that lighter.
Let's say pressurized air, because
it's whatever it is, whatever's in there, it's pressurized,
and it does not burn.
But if it's pressurized on the inside, you can't add more fluid or gas to it because it's already pressurized.
Right.
So you need to relieve that pressure before you attempt to add fluid into your lighter.
Yeah.
You can do that using a nail, a paper clip, a bleeder tool.
Now I'm going to throw a caveat on that. So that little nipple that you're filling is made probably of a thin brass, which means it will bend. So that what the tool that John's using there can damage your nipple.
Yeah.
You don't want to damage your nipple.
No. But if you depress that and you can hear it, I'll do it into the microphone so you can hear what it's going to sound like. Let me make sure I don't damage this. Ready?
Oh, that's a lot of air pressure.
That's a lot of air. And it'll keep going. I stopped early, right? It'll go and go and go.
Right.
And you do that until it doesn't make any sound anymore.
Yes.
All of a sudden it'll stop. And you're like, oh, now I'm completely empty. There's no pressure in there at all. Now you take your butane upside down, depress it, hold it there, I don't know, 10 seconds, whatever.
Yeah.
However long you think. Do it a couple times if you want. No, this is personal preference. Once you do that, now your lighter's actually full.
With the proper pressure. Sometimes immediately after you fill it won't work.
Or it'll a flame that you can weld with.
Yeah. Because when you're putting the fluid in there, it gets super cold. And so sometimes you have to give it a minute to warm up and then it'll work like natural. So John used an improper tool to bleed it.
Yep.
It worked, right?
Yeah.
So my favorite bleeder tool is this one. And Cigar used to make this fucking tactical pen that had the best bleeder tool ever in it.
Yeah.
Because it's literally a hollow tube with 2 holes that allow everything to bleed off without restriction.
Through those holes. So it doesn't hit your fingers and freeze your fingers.
Yeah.
Because butane is cold.
Yeah. And so I thought butane would come out of this one. It did not, because it must have been close to empty. But this bleeder tool works great. Another bleeder tool that I always have on my keys is a handcuff key.
Yep.
On the back of it, there's this nice little post that works great as a bleeder tool. And if you guys don't carry a handcuff key with you, I don't know what's wrong with you. If you ask me why, Scott, do you carry a handcuff key? I may need it someday.
No. So I'll play out the scenario for you.
Okay.
On the situation where you would need a handcuff key.
Yeah.
And in that situation, you wouldn't be able to use it. So essentially, you're saying that for you to need a handcuff key means you're in handcuffs, which means you got arrested.
Possibly.
Oh, what other scenario?
There's maybe another one.
What other scenario would you be handcuffed and need keys?
I have a feeling someday I'm going to either wake up or go to sleep in handcuffs.
But you're not going to have your keys in your pocket.
You're right. But the next person that comes and finds me,
I hope it's me.
I can say, hey, there's a key in my pocket.
Like, cool. But I need 15 minutes first.
Well, it's funny. You need 15 minutes. It won't take me that
long. I just want to cuddle. But no, if you get arrested and you need a handcuff key, you're going to be so drunk. For one, you're going to forget you even have a handcuff key.
That's probably a true statement.
Your motor skills aren't going to be there to use it. We should try that. We should try that one time. Next time we're out drinking, we remember, and you're hammered.
I'm pretty sure if I'm handcuffed, I'm not reaching my front pocket.
No, but we should try it when you're hammered. I'll even hand you the key. Maybe, okay, now get out of these. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, it would take me 3 seconds to drop the said keys, and it'd be game over. So, yeah.
But a handcuff key works great as a bleeder tool.
It does. It does. Yeah.
But yeah, the reason we were talking about the lighters, like I said, it's one of our most common questions that gets asked into Warfighter.
So how often do you need to bleed a lighter?
When it stops lighting.
Yes.
Yep.
For preventative maintenance, I would say every other time you fill the lighter, you should probably bleed it.
I bleed it every time I fill it.
I don't, because
yeah,
you can usually get away with the just next time it works yet.
Yeah.
But the third or fourth time, you're almost guaranteed it's not going to work right.
But if my lighter's empty, like it's not lighting anymore,
yeah, because
there's no fluid in it, I can put side pressure against the nozzle of the butane bottle,
right?
Because it's almost empty. So all you're doing is just purging that little bit of pressurized gas that's in it. So I try to purge it every single time that I fill my lighter, just because you get a longer use out of that refill.
And when you first get a brand new lighter, I suggest filling it,
bleeding it, and then filling it again,
bleeding it upside down so that only the air leaves.
Yeah.
And then doing it one more time on a brand new lighter.
Because sometimes they're pressurized out the gate. Sometimes they're just weird.
Well, I mean, when they manufacture them, they probably pressurize them with not fuel, just air to make sure they're good, right? So, but yeah. And so then there's different types of lighters, right? You have a single flame, you have a double flame, a quad, a triple, flat flame, all these different flames. And so and then you have cheap to expensive lighters. And so we sell kind of, if you followed Warfighter for a while, we've changed lighters a couple times. Mm-hmm. And it could be for a couple reasons: availability, quality. Sometimes the quality went down and we're like, well, 20% of these fail now, so we got to switch brands.
Well, like our Cigar Verano.
Yeah.
That lighter was amazing.
My favorite lighter, flat flame, great lighter.
And then I don't know what happened. There's something happened in the manufacturing.
Yep.
And the quality kind of went to shit.
Yeah. And so we had to quit putting our name on them.
Yeah.
So for our cheapest lighter, brand new this week.
Yeah. It's alive right now.
We got our new field lighters in. So this is retails for $10.
Mm-hmm. It's a Paleo single jet and refillable. It's got an adjustment knob on the bottom, a metal body. This is one of the lighters. We've had this lighter before in the past, but this is one of the lighters that we've had really, really good success with.
Yeah.
We couldn't get a hold of it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then we finally found a constant supply again. So we did a new brand design on it. And
so that's our cheapest lighter. Yep. And we call it our field lighter. And then we have our Garrison lighter, which is the other end of the spectrum. This one's actually manufactured by Colibri. It's a double jet.
Yeah, it's called the Rebel
lighter. It's called the Rebel. We really like these. Everything that we sell, typically we'll run them for a month or two
at least,
and beat them up, put them in our pockets with all our keys, and just really make sure they're going to hold up. And so this is what does this one retail for?
I think it retails for $79.
$79.
I think
so. It's a little bit on the higher end, but
lifetime warranty.
Yeah,
it's a double jet, and they work phenomenal. They have a nice big sight glass on the side that shows your fluid levels, so you know if you're empty or full. Really easy mechanism for lighting. Really easy adjustment knob on the bottom, and it works. Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
So we call that one our Garrison lighter. That's our highest end lighter that we sell. And then we found these other ones. So I like the flat flame, from the old Veranos, right? And so we wanted a replacement for that. We found these from
it's a Vertigo Page.
And it looked like a fuel can to us. So those are the markings we put on it. And what does that one retail for? $15. Yeah. And it's a flat flame, and I've been happy with mine. I like those a lot.
I've used it. The only complaint I have about mine is I keep forgetting where I set them down at. But I do that with everything.
It's usually in my office chair.
Yeah, it falls out of my pocket in between the cushions.
Every lighter refills similar, but you really gotta, if your lighter, whether it's a $10 lighter or $80 lighter, it's gonna quit working if you don't bleed it in between you filling it.
So a funny story. I was talking to a friend the other day. I was down hanging out at this place for a weekend, and he ordered some new lighters and all that fun stuff. And so I brought it all down, and so I showed him how to fill. Actually, he was giving me crap, and he's like, "I ordered a whole bunch of stuff from you. You got one of the nice green tabletop humidors and one of each with the cigars we make, the whole nine." He goes, "I order all this shit from you, and you bring me a lighter that doesn't have any fluid in it." And I was like, "Well, I was going to fill it here." I was like, and then we got squirreled. Sorry. I was like, "Let me go get my butane and fill it for you." So I go get my butane, and I was like, "You know what? This is a perfect opportunity to explain what we just talked about, how to bleed and refill a lighter." So I fill the lighter. I get it dialed in, get it working, everything, show it to him. I'm like, "Here you go." And he's like, "Awesome." I'm like, "Cool, give me that back." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Let me see that." And he's like, "Okay." I was like, "So when your lighter runs out and it stops working, this is how you refill it." And he goes, "What?" And so I grabbed it. It happened to be just a nail, regular nail sitting on the coffee table. So I grabbed the nail, flipped the lighter upside down. I bled the lighter, even though I just filled it, bled it until all the fluids, all the gas stopped making noise, refilled it, handed it back to him. He clicked it, worked right away. And he goes, "You got to be shitting me." And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "It works." And he's like, "No." He goes, "I have a box. I probably have $2,000 of Colibri lighters that I'm sitting in a closet right now, and none of them work. And I thought they were just all pieces of shit. I just kept buying different ones." He goes, "All I had to do is bleed this and add more butane." I'm like, "Yeah, bro."
He's like, "Go get your box."
He's like, "I fucking hate you." But so that it solidifies the fact that there's a good amount of people out there that don't understand how to refill the lighter.
You just don't think about it sometimes.
No,
right?
Because you think every other lighter that you bought in your life, right? Typically you get them from a gas station or a grocery store. And it's either a girl lighter or a Bic or something like that where they're not refillable.
Yeah.
So you use it until it doesn't work anymore and you just throw it away and you get a new one.
Right.
That's not what these are. Don't throw these away.
Yeah. Especially the $80 ones.
Yeah. Yeah. I was glad he kept them and put them in a box.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
what else about lighters? Fluid, right? Let's talk about fluid. So there's a lot of good fluids, but you definitely want to get premium butane. Stay away from the white bottle with the red top that they sell at Walmart.
If that's what you can get, it'll work.
It'll work.
But there's higher quality butane.
It just doesn't work as well.
We prefer, Zycar makes a high altitude butane.
I've used other I've used other fluids now that I'm really happy with as well.
Yeah.
The problem is when we bought this, which was the best at the time, we bought it in bulk.
In cases.
Yeah, because you can't necessarily buy one bottle and have it shipped because of all the shipping regulations, right? So you have to pay like I can't remember what they call it when you ship it. There's some term for it. Whatever, but it costs like a lot more to ship something like this. And so that
hazmat.
Yeah. So we just bought it in bulk, and we still probably have 6, 7, 8 cans left
at least.
And a can like this will last damn near a year of us smoking.
Your average smoker, a can like that will last you the majority of your life, as long as you don't lose it. Like I've had a can in my truck that I've probably had in there for 5 or 6 years.
I've just started replacing all mine in all my vehicles.
It's almost empty. And I don't know if it's from, I'm assuming it's from use, but I'm surprised it hasn't blown up.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't keep them in your car.
No.
Let's see. What does it say? Oh, do not exceed temperatures above 122 degrees Fahrenheit.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
When it's 115 in Texas, that is hotter than 122 in my truck.
Yeah. Now let's talk about
I've had lighters blow up in my truck.
Let's talk about that with lighters.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Especially with the nice one. That sucks.
So you can see this one. It's a little fatter than normal.
Yep.
So, yeah, the plastic tanks will expand
and then crack. They don't explode.
They don't explode. They just crack and leak, and then
there's no pressure, and then you can't light it.
Then they don't work anymore. Yeah. So, you don't want to leave your lighter in a hot vehicle, preferably.
Yeah.
What else about lighters?
Don't light your beard on fire. Don't light your friend's beard on fire.
It's going to happen.
Yours or your friends?
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's the quick and dirty on lighters. We could go for hours about different ones, table lighters and this and that, and soft flames.
But the principle's all the same, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's pressurized.
Yeah.
Depressure, refill.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Other than that, what are you smoking on?
I have the night shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the 762 Garrison Rosado. Yeah. I'm drinking some Woodford. You're on Balcones.
Yeah. This is I don't know if this is the original. I don't know if this is the normal one or what. But
yeah.
I don't know my Balcones that well. So this is Texas single malt whiskey, pot distilled. It says the original Texas whiskey. And I'll give it, it's a Texas whiskey.
Yeah.
Take that how you may.
I just got a text saying that my gator skull is ready for
nice
pickup. So that'll be fun. I'll grab that this weekend. But on another fun, exciting note, we got a new website.
We do.
How long did it take us to get this new website live?
I just started that math in my head. I don't know.
It's been about a year and a half.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. We started working on it. We were trying to get it launched before Black Friday last year.
Yeah.
And
so it's about a year then.
No, because we started like 3 months before Black Friday. So, but yeah, we were trying, and life happened and we got busy. Black Friday is probably our busiest time of year here at Warfighter. So we put it on the back burner, and then we revisited it, and then put it on the back burner again.
Yeah.
And then finally we got everything, all the bugs worked out and everything how we wanted it set.
So if you're watching this podcast, it's playing in the background.
It is. And if you scroll down a little bit, Justin, right there, we have this cool little slider that we built on the main page of the website. And it goes over all of our different blends in order from mild to bold. And it has a little slider on top, so you can kind of pick, which cigar you like based on your flavor profile, or your strength preference. So you can start off on your mild sticks if you want, or your medium bodied, or all the way up to the bold things that we have to offer. And it kind of has them in order. That way you have a good idea of our catalog of cigars and where they sit. But
take a look at the new website.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. If you see something misspelled, I'm sure it's probably my fault. If you see something, I don't know. Yeah. But if you see something you think we need to change or might be done wrong, let us know, because we try to comb over everything. But we're just a bunch of grunts. So
I think at this point, if it's misspelled, it's on Justin.
Yeah.
That's on me. If it's misspelled, 100%. At this point, it's on me. But if you're looking for a local brick and mortar that carries Warfighter, we also have a dealer locator on there. So go check that out.
Yep.
There you go. Give us Spokane, Washington.
Ooh.
I don't know the zip code for there.
Yeah.
Go to search and do Spokane.
Yeah. Right there.
Oh, there's one. You see it?
So the downfall to this is like you said, we're trying to figure out some stuff. Right now, if you click on that,
just click on, there you go.
Yeah, it's going to show up all white.
Oh.
Because we need to figure out how to adjust the color of the text.
There you go. So the color of the text on the old website was white.
No, Justin and I sat down for probably a half hour yesterday trying to figure this out. And it's going to be a thing.
Okay. So, we found one.
Yep.
All right. But that's how to use the dealer locator. You just zoom into the map or type in the zip code and
yep.
There you have it.
But if you highlight it, it'll show up.
Yeah.
No, maybe not on an iPad. Fuck. We'll get it figured out. Here at Warfighter Tobacco.
click on the words, and I think it'll probably show up on the side, right?
If it's linked to
so it goes to their website.
A website. Yeah, so it'll go to their website. Right. But yeah, so like I said, we're working out some of the final kinks in it. That's one of the ones that we're aware of. We just haven't figured out the solution yet.
If the discount code adds 10%,
you're using the right one.
You're using the right one.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Would you ever compete in the Cigar Olympics?
I don't know.
Why?
Maybe. I mean, just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not. I don't believe that we've trained.
We have not trained
to compete.
You haven't trained for sure on the slow cigar smoking.
Oh, I would lose that one so fast.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
I have too many squirrels too. Like I'd get in a conversation, pick it up, and lose. Right, like
the longest ash.
Yeah.
Like oh shit, I just dropped it.
Now the one where you flick your ash,
I like that one.
I would probably be decent at that one.
Yeah.
Can I ask what the Cigar Olympics are? I've never heard of that.
Oh, so the Cigar Olympics, it's an actual legitimate thing. They host every year. I think it's in Europe, if I remember right. I can't remember the country it's in, but it's in Europe. And they have regional qualifiers that you have to go qualify for in order to be in the actual, the finals, essentially. And so they do a bunch of different things, like the slowest time smoking a cigar without it going out. So you have to light a cigar once. That's it. You can't touch it up. You can't do anything else. And you have to smoke it for the longest amount of time without it going out.
Now, I think to make it fair, they give every contestant the same cigar, right?
I think so.
I would think. I don't know how else it would be fair.
Yeah. But then like some of the other events are longest ash. So you smoke your cigar without ashing it to see who can get the longest ash on the cigar without it falling or going out. You have an ash toss, for lack of better words. I don't know what they call it.
I don't know if it's for distance or accuracy, though.
I think they do both, but I think it's for, I don't know. I don't know if it's for distance or not. But you have to ash your cigar, I think, into something at a certain distance.
The next time I ash, I'm going for the cup on Justin's desk.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What are some of the other things they do? I can't remember. I think it'd be pretty fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would totally lose the longest smoking session for time. I can't smoke a cigar slow. But I don't think it really matters though.
Do you have a fastest time you've ever smoked a cigar? Like a normal Toro?
You know what? I don't know.
It's
I should
probably in the
15 minutes.
20-minute mark,
I was going to guess 15, 20.
which is insane to me.
Yeah. And it's funny. Like I've grabbed some cigars that are like in the center console of my truck that have been sitting there for like months.
Yeah.
And they're like brittle dry. You know what I mean? And I've smoked those
Yeah.
and they're like 5-minute cigars. You know, it's like a Minuteman, like a 4x44. I'll light that thing and I'll get like, I don't know, not even 10 miles down the road and it's done. And I'm like, oof, that thing was dry. Yeah. I think the longest cigar for time that I smoked, well, my attempt was the Woody.
Yeah.
But that didn't, it had so many burn issues that I got so frustrated before I could actually finish it, tunneled and all kinds of crap.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it was either a 770 or an 880 on a road trip. And it was probably like 3 hours or so.
Yeah. When we were driving to Sturgis. I was smoking, I think, a 770.
Yeah.
And I was pulling a trailer and I'd get like 150 miles between gas stops.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have
the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, you're pulling a camper
with my gas truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting 4 miles a gallon.
And so it was about every 770 between gas stops.
Yeah.
It was like perfect
2 hours
timing.
and some change. Yep. Those are one of those cigars that you can only smoke on a road trip driving by yourself.
I mean,
you don't want to smoke those around other people.
I don't know. It feels weird.
Why does it feel weird?
It's just not natural.
Smoking a cigar for that long?
No, smoking that big of a cigar just doesn't feel right in my hands. Like a Corona, that's like
that's normal.
Yeah, it feels like home, like
that's a respectable size. Am I right?
I didn't say double Corona.
Yeah, 5.5 by 46.
I saw Tim was talking. There's a new cigar that's bigger than the Woody now, isn't there?
Well, the Asylum did their April Fools, I think is what he's
That's a
talking about.
990.
What's their 10 by 100?
I don't know. That's
the one he did.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, who did it?
It was like the Psychopath or something.
That's the Asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a 10 by 100. So for ring gauge, your ring gauge is a fraction of a 64th of an inch. So a ring gauge that is 64 would mean the diameter of the cigar is 1 inch because it's 64 64ths.
Oh, so this is saying it's
it's a JFR lunatic. Yeah, it's a 10 by 100. So a 100, using that math, 100 divided by 64 is 1.5625 inches. It's an inch and a half
around
in diameter.
Wow.
Yeah.
And 10 inches long.
And 10 inches long. That's a huge cigar. Huge. At least it's a torpedo.
Well, it has to be, right?
Well, if it wasn't, it would be awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But $40 a cigar? That's, if you're buying
4 hour cigar.
Buying tobacco by ounces, that's more than a 4-hour cigar for a normal person.
Well, you think a Toro is about an hour, right? Give or take?
Not for you.
I'm saying in general.
I know.
For me, a Toro is like 40 minutes.
Hour and a half.
For you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. No way.
Yes.
You go through a Toro on a podcast.
How long have, yes.
Most of them are about an hour.
How long have we been on this podcast right now? This was half gone when I started.
We're 30 seconds away from 30 minutes.
And this was a double Corona.
This was half gone when we started, John. The band I took the band off before we started recording.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'd smoke fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Shit.
I mean, it sounds good though. San Andreas wrapper.
Yeah, it does sound.
Nicaraguan binder filler. I like that.
Yeah.
What So speaking of countries of origin, what countries do you like, and what countries aren't your cup of tea?
So I'm a big Brazilian tobacco fan. I like Brazilian tobacco.
Yeah.
Honduras maybe, or Dominican. I'm not sure which one I like least.
Yeah, but those two are on your bottom.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Dominican to me and Honduras they dry my palate out.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but that seems to be my experience.
Yeah.
And there's some Dominican cigars that I love.
The right.
Yeah. So it just
depends.
Yeah. But I have not had a Brazilian tobacco that I'm like, I don't like this.
Right.
They just have good flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Nicaraguan tobacco. I like the Brazilian stuff too, but I think top of my list is going to be Nicaraguan tobacco.
Yeah. I think like overall,
Mhm.
I think so. But yeah. What region in Nicaragua do you like tobacco from?
That kind of, I don't know. It depends on the time of day what I'm drinking.
I think for me, I go toward that jalapa.
I do too.
The
jalapa.
Yeah. So
the flavors that come out, the strength that's in a lot of the sticks
Yeah.
that are in a lot of the leaves that come out of there. That's kind of what I'm a big fan of. But it's cool. Like Nicaragua's cool. They kind of have different growing regions that are drastically different because of the elevation changes and what's kind of around them. Like
Ometepe is an island. It's a volcano.
Yeah.
It's an island,
and they
right?
grow at the base of it.
Yeah.
Like
So it's sea level,
but you're never that soil is so unique.
Yeah.
You're not going to get. You can grow that same seed in Jalapa.
Yeah.
Or in Honduras or the DR, and you're never going to get those same flavors you get it grown at the base of a volcano.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you have Esteli, which I like. Most all of Esteli's tobacco is good. You have Jalapa. What else? So there's another Ometepe Island.
Yep.
There's one other region I'm forgetting about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. What am I know I'm forgetting one.
There's two volcanoes there that I really appreciate the names of. One of them is the bigger volcano, and it's called Mambo Tumbo.
Yeah.
And then the smaller one that's close to it is Mambo Tambito, which is the small one. That I probably butchered those names, but it was close enough. Yeah.
So I'm looking up tobacco.
What are you?
regions.
Oh, you're not smoking. Never mind.
I got my hands moving all over the place. There would be ash all over everything.
Yep.
I'll probably enjoy one after the show, though.
Right.
Condega.
Yes.
I forgot about Condega. I knew there was 4.
Yeah. There's a little island for sale off the coast of Nicaragua.
Yeah, we looked at that.
It's like 450,000. I want to say it's like 5 or 7 acres island, and it's like, I don't know, it's 5 or 10 miles off the east coast of Nicaragua.
But it's a long ways away from anything else.
Anything. And there's nothing out there or that side of Nicaragua. Yeah. That would have been like, it was cool at first. I was like, oh man, on an island in the Caribbean. And then, the pictures of it look beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you look it up and you're like, oh.
There's not even a town worth.
No, you got to take a boat and then drive.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they have something. Yeah.
Maybe if a guy had a helicopter, that'd be the way to go.
If I could afford a helicopter, I would buy a different island.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
How much would helicopter ownership be in Nicaragua? Probably more.
Well, you'd have to set up a hangar and a fuel depot on the island.
Yeah.
Because it's not like if something happens, so you have to be able to do maintenance. You have to get the fuel there.
Yeah.
There's the cost is going to be astronomical.
Yeah, you're right. The logistics is kind of crazy.
It'd be fun though. I don't know if I've ever seen a helicopter in Nicaragua.
Well,
You ever seen one flying?
once.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I looked up the Nicaraguan Air Force one time because when you land at the airport, there's Air Force, right?
Do they have planes or no? I'm assuming it's like the Nicaraguan Air Force is like guys that dress in uniform and they like look at airplanes.
No. Let's see. Let's see. Nicaraguan Air Force. It has Mi-17s. It has a Cessna 185, a Cessna 337, and a couple other ones.
The Nicaraguan Air Force was founded in 1938, and it has 21 aircraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, an Mi-17, Cessna 185, Cessna T-41D, and those are the trainers. Transports a Cessna 337, a PA-28, and an AN-26.
See, I don't know how old this is that I'm looking at, but it says it has 18 Mi-25s. I know that to be completely not true.
No, I got that on the one I'm looking at too.
Really?
Yep. 18 Mi-25s, 10 Mi-17s, 3 Mi-8 gunships, 1 Mi-8 firefighter.
I don't know if I buy that.
1 Bell 206 utility. That's so funny.
But they have no fighter aircraft, just helicopters.
Yeah. It's a big Air Force. That's funny. No, I've never seen a helicopter flying while we were in Nicaragua. During COVID, I thought about trying to figure out how to run a helicopter from Esteli to Managua to transport cigars, because also during COVID, they had some civil uprisings. They had some government issues in Nicaragua, and they were road blocking the only road, the main drag that goes from Esteli to Managua. And for certain periods of time, they weren't letting any vehicles pass.
To include cigar shipments.
Yeah. And so obviously we still needed cigars. So we were going to try to reach out to anybody and everybody that we knew in Central America and alphabet agencies and see if we could arrange some helicopter transport of cigars. Luckily, we didn't have to get to the bottom of all of that. But yeah. COVID was a weird time for the cigar industry.
It was weird. Sales went up, manufacturing went down, which led to prices going up.
And lack of supply for some people.
Yeah. So now it's flipped, except prices are still up.
Yep.
But supply is decent. Manufacturing is decent.
Yeah.
Except now the open border is kind of hurting manufacturing because a lot of the Nicaraguan cigar rollers and people that work at the factories and stuff, they've all came north. And so that's actually, you talk to a couple of the factories and they've lost up to like 30% of their people due to the open border. So, if you think it's not a thing and then you go to another country and your factory says, 30% of the people in the last 3 months have quit because they went to America.
Yeah. Then
that kind of tells me, well, it must be a thing. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's I know this is kind of a touchy subject, but what's your opinion on influencers in the cigar industry?
Well, I mean, I think I don't know if it's touchy, but there's influence.
Well, it's not touchy for us. It's touchy for the influencers.
Yes and no, I guess. I think every industry has social media influencers. Cigar specific influencers. I think there's two ways to succeed by doing that.
Okay.
One is to be a cigar influencer because you absolutely love the cigar industry and it's your hobby and you thoroughly enjoy it.
Right.
The other way to make it work is to be in the industry. And then, whether you're in retail or you're a rep or a brand or whatever, right? Then I think you can be successful as being an influencer. I think some people might struggle being an influencer in the cigar industry is when they're doing it to try to make money and do it as a living.
Yeah.
I think that's hard to do, probably. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's hard for a company to show an ROI on an influencer.
It is. I don't know. It's harder. You know what else is hard to show a return is in print ads, right?
Yeah.
And I guarantee an influencer would probably do better than a print ad most of the time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you took the same money you put it on a print ad and put it into something else.
Yeah, into all of the influencers, right? Maybe that would make a difference. I don't know. Warfighter, we've used influencers in the past, and we'll use them in the future. I think it's especially when it's people that we enjoy and people in our same community and stuff.
Right.
But if it's just because you're pretty,
I'm pretty. I'm not an influencer,
right? I don't know that. I think when Warfighter first started out, we didn't know what we were doing, right?
Yeah.
And so we went to Sturgis and we met some. Yeah. We met one really nice lady that was a model for Rebel Yell,
and she did like burlesque stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of other promo stuff, and like that's what she did.
Yeah.
And
she was nice, and she was just a good person. Yeah. We enjoyed her company. She just was, she was cool, right? And so she was based out of Las Vegas, and like a couple of weeks later, we were going to do Las Vegas Bike Week.
Yep.
Right. One, Sturgis isn't a sound decision for a cigar company. I don't feel it costs a lot of money
unless
to
you do flavored cigars.
Oh yeah, right. Las Vegas Bike Week, we did nothing but lose money at.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth our time and energy and effort to do it. That being said, we hired her just to hang out at our trailer where we were selling cigars at this Bike Week event. And I felt bad for her because she got completely ignored. Everybody wanted to talk to either me or you.
Yeah.
And they could have cared less that she was there.
Right.
And so we learned a lesson at that point. And it was, like Warfighter tobacco doesn't need a pretty lady to help us to try to sell cigars. Right. And, we were young in the company. We thought that, sex sells, right? Advertising that was just a thing that's worked for a lot of companies for a lot of different things. Right. We couldn't find a good application for it. So after that, we just didn't ever put any stock back into that.
But I mean, every brand's different. I think our brand is just, that's not, I don't know, the look of Warfighter, for lack of better words.
Well, it's not who we are. I mean, as a company, right? Like, now there's something that we might be working on in the future where it might make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as, we started Warfighter to personally and professionally connect with veterans.
Right.
Right. And that was kind of I'm not even going to say a speed bump because it was just I don't know. It just did nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that it did any good one way or the other. So, so it's just, we learned from that, and we probably won't use, a hot chick influencer again.
Yeah.
Unless she's a veteran and relevant in our space for some reason.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just, to me, it didn't make any financial sense to pay somebody to help us do something.
Well, and like you were saying about, when we started Warfighter, it to get us involved in that community again. Mm-hmm. I like to put it as we tried to build something that was bigger than us.
Yeah.
It's not about you or me,
right,
or anybody that works here or anything like that. It's more built on the community that it kind of represents, for lack of better words. That active duty veteran, first responder,
right?
The warfighter.
When as we were starting out, we would ask a lot of people, what was the first cigar you ever smoked? And maybe 10% could give us the answer of
Yeah.
like what make and brand and
Right.
what it was, right? And so we figured, and we're asking a lot of guys that their first cigar was in Iraq or Afghanistan or whatever. And so we just thought, let's do Warfighter. And if it's a name somebody can connect to because it's who they are, it's who we are, it's what the brand is.
Yeah.
So it just made more sense that way. And yeah. So,
Yeah.
We've had veteran influencers, and I think we've had patriotic influencers, and
Right.
That's worked out well.
Yeah.
But I think when we look at an influencer, I don't necessarily look for the influencer to generate. I mean, yes, you want them to generate a return, right? You want it to spread the word.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to rely on them to sell the cigars.
Right.
Right. I just want because we still, to this day, we're in year 7. We go around and there's people that have never heard of Warfighter tobacco
In the cigar industry.
in the cigar industry and in the veteran space.
Yep.
Right. So if, we use influencers to get the name out there.
Yeah.
That's more my goal than it is to convert to sales, I guess. So,
Right.
and I think initially we came out of the gate where everybody heard of Warfighter, which is almost unfortunate because our cigars kind of sucked when we first started out. Yeah. We made a lot of mistakes, like if we would have came out of the gate with the product we have today,
Yeah.
I think we would have taken off better. I think, initially we may have advertised to the right person.
Right.
They smoked a cigar and they're like, I don't know.
I don't know about these guys.
Yeah. And they weren't wrong.
Yeah.
But we figured it out.
Yeah.
And we're still figuring out. We're still working on stuff. We're still trying to get better.
Constantly improving your foxhole.
But my God, are we better now than we were in those first 2 years?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you had to start somewhere, right? So
Right.
that's where we started. And
Well, and some of it had to do with internally for us, kind of proof of concept,
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
when we started, when Warfighter started, we didn't have a business plan that had a 20-year end goal. There wasn't like, okay, we're going to do this, and that in this certain way, and it's going to put us here.
We didn't even have a business plan that had capital involved in it.
No, it was, hey, we're going to do cigars because
Yeah.
we really like this, and this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a really fun side project because that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then it consumed our lives.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I used to own the gun shop, and that was our full-time gig,
Mhm.
and the cigars started out where, let's like do this and see if it helps the cigar shop. And then it quickly turned into, okay, I'm spending too much time on Warfighter and the gun shop's falling apart.
Yep.
To I'm spending too much time with the gun shop stuff and Warfighter's falling apart.
Right.
And so we had to figure that out. And I'm glad we focused on Warfighter and let the gun store go away because this is so much more fun.
And I mean, there's still a big level of stress. I mean, any
Yeah.
business has a big level of stress. You go back, there's 7-8 years in pictures, and you can see the level of stress difference on both of our faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, I don't think there was any stress.
No, because it was just like, this is going to be fun. This is going to be cool.
Yeah.
We didn't have any liabilities. We didn't have any, business headaches.
And then we
nightmares.
disappeared for 2 years because there was a lot of stress.
Yes.
Like we disappeared from social media, and then now we're trying to get back to social media, but there's still day-to-day stress. There's, there's more responsibility.
Yep.
But yeah, trying to get back to that fun is kind of where I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
We used to do a lot of stupid YouTube videos and social media videos, content, and a lot of that had to do with the gun store.
Yeah.
Because it gave us the props to use in the videos.
Yeah. I don't have machine guns anymore.
I know.
And 90% of our props back in the day were us shooting machine guns and doing dumb shit.
Right.
Really so, I mean, it was, but, yeah. So it's still fun. We, I think maybe we should lean on Justin a little bit more and all his free time to line up some fun videos. But we keep Justin busy. So
all his free time.
Yeah.
Justin, how much free time you have?
Oh, so much. I have so much free time. But
he had enough free time where we spun up this podcast.
Yeah. But I think this will be a cool one. I think me personally, I'm a big podcast guy. And
Yeah.
I love when there's a business or a company that I purchase from or I follow and they start up a podcast because I'm like, I already like your products. Now I get to kind of peep inside. And that was something we talked about when starting this up is we've got some awesome customers. So now they just get an even deeper look inside of Warfighter.
Right.
Yeah. And we'll deep dive into each other one of these days, right? It's gonna take a little bit
Scott,
more.
I've known you for 20 something years. I don't know how deep we're gonna dive into that.
Well, that's because we lost you at deep, John.
Yeah. Kind of a shallow guy.
But no, we'll we want to do this podcast so that you guys can get to know who we are, and in turn, through your comments, we will get to know who you guys are. The good thing is though with us, like I look through the orders, not every day, but every now and then I'll look through the orders and I'll recognize a lot of the names and I know who they are. Right. And I've met them before or something, and I appreciate that. So,
and we have a lot of customers that have been customers since day one.
Yeah. So they've seen the ups and downs. I would like to interview a day one homie customer.
I got a dude.
Do you?
Yeah. The guy who gave me the tour of the Pentagon. Because he started. I have messages I can look through on Warfighter social media.
Yeah.
From before we even sold a single cigar.
Right.
And I have communication with this guy.
So I would like to get somebody like that, their perspective on how Warfighter has evolved or devolved.
But honest.
Yeah, like, honest.
If he's just like, you guys are the biggest pieces of shits that I've ever, like, you guys were cool when you started, but now, that's the conversation I want to have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we try not to be pieces of shit.
No.
But we probably are sometimes.
It depends who you ask.
Yeah.
Yep. Like the lady that I yelled at on the phone today from the VA, I guarantee you she thinks I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah. I think we're less tolerant today than we were in year 2.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on my pendulum swaying and stuck. It didn't swing back.
Especially when it comes to shipping.
Oh, God.
I hate shipping. I hate shippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was COVID. Shipping during COVID is half of the grays that I have in my beard. That was, at any given point, I probably had between 30 and 50 open lost package.
Yeah.
Claims with the post office with customer orders.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
It's not bad now. I think we probably
maybe now it's probably maybe
one a week.
Maybe one a week or one every other week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of something got lost in the mail or something. But there for a while, man, that UPS would break everything. The post office would fucking lose everything. FedEx won't even touch us because they hate freedom and tobacco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And DHL just takes 3 weeks.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
And when we started the company in 2016. And shortly after we started and we got our ball rolling on all of our internal stuff on production and branding and manufacturing and all that, the FDA decided to start playing all their games.
Yeah, they were trying to poop directly into our Cheerios.
Directly.
And so luckily we had no choice but to ignore it.
Well, so it made us make decisions that we normally wouldn't have made.
Yeah,
looking back,
that hindered growth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was based on the worry of the regulations that could come down the pipe.
Yeah.
What that taught us is we have to stay on top of the legal side of things that are going on in the industry, but we can't let it affect the choices and decisions that we make.
Yeah.
until they actually figure out what the fuck they want to do.
Just because of the threat of what they were doing, there was companies that just decided to fold.
They disappeared.
Right?
Gone.
And it was because they thought there was no
light at the end of the tunnel. Yep.
And
they quit.
And like fuck the FDA because of that.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's
and we've said it on prior interviews and at shows and stuff like this when people have asked us about the FDA and where it is, and that we're still around.
Yeah.
Even though all the FDA stuff kind of came and went, they're appealing. The FDA is appealing the judge's decision right now, but right now everybody in the industry is safe. But people would ask us, and our response to it would be like, we're just too dumb to quit.
Yeah. Well, and why quit until it's until they nail the coffin shut.
Yeah. Like cocaine's illegal, but you can still buy it on a street corner.
That's right. Yeah. Ban the cigars. We'll still sell them.
Yeah. In one way, shape, or form. Like
yeah, I don't know. The regulation stuff scared us, and that did affect a lot of decisions we made. One, like there was probably 4 years there where we didn't come out with a single new product.
No,
because we didn't think we could.
And even still to this day, like we had plans for some infused stuff.
Yeah,
and it always like we thought, okay, things are going to change, and then they wouldn't, and all of our plans got put on the back burner for it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that we're never going to do infused stuff, but
like artificially flavored stuff.
Yeah. Like your
coffee flavor and
coffee and chocolate or mocha or whatever you want to call it, your sweet stuff.
Mango.
Yeah. Passion fruit.
No, we're not doing any of that. Maybe coffee.
I mean, they're
chocolate.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll the coolest part about the cigar industry is the creative bounds are limitless. You can do whatever you want to do. People might not like it, but you can do it.
Yeah.
You can make that cigar that's infused with peat. Nobody's going to buy it. It sucks. It's a horrible cigar. It tastes like you just put a handful of dirt in your mouth and somebody cat shit there too. But it doesn't say you can't do it.
Just use pine needles as filler.
You could.
Yeah.
Like who says you can't? But yeah. There was I had something. I quit. My brain doesn't work anymore.
Squirrels.
No, I think I hit in the head too many times.
With squirrels.
Yeah, there's squirrels too. You didn't bring a backup cigar.
There's literally how many sitting right here.
That's true.
Scott, I got a question for you.
Oh gosh.
Last week when we were talking about smoking a cigar backwards, you said you were going to try it with a night shift. Have you?
I have not.
Yeah.
I have not done that yet.
I was curious because that definitely sounds.
I just want to know how that Candela tastes. Mm-hmm. I've never made it to the Candela.
We shall right now.
Here,
hell yeah!
I'm gonna smoke this one.
You're not one that's been sitting there a week?
No.
I was going to cut it.
Why are you going to cut it?
I should. All right. So this is the night shift.
So we did this on the last episode. We did not cut the cigar. We lit it backwards. And
tight draw.
Well, no shit. It's a tight draw.
It's bitter.
Oh, that's Candela. Yeah. That's not how we blended this.
No. I'm totally glad we used that for looks.
No.
It just tastes like grass. It's just bitter and gross.
Candela isn't the end of the world. There's a lot of people that really enjoy the flavor profiles that come out of that.
Losers. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys.
That come out of the Candela tobacco added into a cigar. Our personal preferences are not. We don't lean towards the Candela side of things.
because I'm not a cow.
But it definitely it
Did
does
it
not.
Did it go straight to Candela, or did you get the?
So I got it didn't. When I first lit it, I got the normal kind of flavor profile that I was going to get off of it, and because I had a gap in between my Candela and the cap of the cigar, and then it hit the Candela on the second puff that I took, and that was a drastically different flavor profile than I expect out of the cigar. Yeah.
Mine's not even normal yet.
Yeah. I'm still burning. I'm still halfway through on the Candela right there. So I still get that. And it's,
I thought maybe I charred it a little bit, but no, it's,
yeah. But it works. It's smoking.
Yeah.
Which is the craziest thing in the world, smoking a cigar backwards. But yeah, so we're going to finish these. We're going to finish these whiskeys, and we're going to enjoy the rest of our Friday and our weekend. And we hope you guys do the same thing. One of the things that we like to do at Warfighter, we like to do on our social media a lot, and a lot of companies don't really do it, is we do a thing. It's called get outside and smoke. Get outside, go do something, get out of the cigar lounge, get out of your personal cigar lounge, get out of your backyard, go do something, go be active, go have fun. It makes life better.
Yeah. And if once you smoke in your vehicle too, I'm telling you, there's nothing that has been one of the single best decisions I've ever made in my life was to
smoke in your cars.
Yes. Because it makes drives so much better.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
So, but now you have to drive everywhere.
I don't have to. But every time I do.
Would you go on a road trip with somebody that doesn't smoke in their vehicle?
Nope.
I wouldn't either.
No, they can ride with me.
Right.
But I'm smoking in my vehicle.
Yeah. Yep. I have to. I don't think I could do a road trip without smoking a cigar.
I went somewhere with my mom one time, and I'm like, sorry, Mom. I'm smoking in here.
Yeah. I'll get some Ozium.
It was my vehicle, but yeah, but
yep.
Have you smoked a cigar with your mom yet?
So she's tried cigars. I've tried. I've attempted.
Yeah.
But it's not her cup of tea. She, my dad, on the other hand, smokes cigars like they're going out of style. Right. He's about that life.
Yeah.
He smokes they're cigarillos, for lack of better words. They're not a cigarette, but they have a filter, but it's just natural tobacco.
Spirit something.
No, not those. It's a different brand. I can't remember the name of the brand that he smokes, but he smoked those forever. And then when we started Warfighter, obviously I'm sending him, cigars. And so now he's got a little humidor and a little stockpile, and his go-to is his little cigarillos. But if he has the time to, sit down and he absolutely grab a cigar and go sit down with a glass of whiskey.
So I smoked a cigar with my mom, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
And we were at a bar sitting outside in Fort Worth.
Okay.
And so I had her retrohale to really get her to taste it. And she picked up butter toast. Right. Okay. And she said that she could taste that for like 2 weeks afterwards.
No shit.
Yeah. So I don't know if she's had one since then, but she gave it an honest effort, so she smoked with me and my brother and so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I smoked one with one of my uncles and that smoked cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't inhale.
And he inhaled.
And he's like, don't tell me what to do.
Good luck.
Okay. And about a half hour later, he was on his way home.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't feeling great.
Yep.
Yeah. Like,
sorry. Don't inhale cigars.
You can.
There's one person that I know.
Yeah.
That inhales cigars. And this person too.
Yeah.
And he was the master roller at the Placencia factory.
Oh, no. I was thinking of our friend.
Who?
Michael.
Yeah, but he gets fucked up every time he does it.
Yeah. But
There's a difference.
But he didn't know for the longest time
No.
that we weren't inhaling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would just get wrecked.
Yeah. Because he smokes backwoods, but
Yeah.
he inhales them.
Yeah.
And so.
But I'm talking about somebody that does it and handles it.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't get all fucked up from doing it, which was the master roller of Placencia. And he had, it was a factory. We used to use Placencia for our cigars back in the day. And when we go down there to work on new blends, we'd sit in a room with him and while he was rolling our new blends for us. And he'd always have a cigar in his mouth. And the whole time, he wouldn't even take it out of his mouth. He'd take a drag, he'd inhale it, and then he'd blow it out. The whole cigar.
Yeah.
Every cigar that he smoked. And I never saw him without a cigar in his mouth.
Not one time. No.
For the entire day.
Yeah.
We'd be in there for 8 hours doing this, and he'd have a cigar the whole entire time, inhaling the entire thing the whole time.
Yeah.
Completely fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck? I die.
Yeah. Yeah. He did not remember me the last time I went there.
It's all that nicotine. Yeah. Well, on that note, we're going to cut this guy off and we'll get back to you guys next week.
It finally tastes like
it finally tastes normal. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get back to work or act like we're working.
We're going to get ready to clock out. Do whatever we want.
We're going home.
Yeah.
But yeah. So all of our social medias, Warfighter Tobacco. Go to Instagram, Warfighter Tobacco.
Check out the new website.
Facebook, warfightertobacco.com. We have a Twitter.
Give us feedback.
We don't know how to use it. We have a YouTube. Go subscribe because all of our podcasts are going to be on YouTube, on
and
Spotify, on
Apple,
on all your podcast platforms. So go follow them for all of our new updates and releases.
Give us a 5-star and then talk shit. Tell us how much you hate it, but give us the 5-star.
Yeah. And then
can I throw one more thing in there, boys?
Absolutely.
If you listeners want to hear the guys talk about something, drop it in the comments or wherever you're listening. If you can drop a comment there, drop it. And
I'm going to say there's no topics off limits, but if you happen to find one, we'll tell you that it's off limits.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Yeah. We should do a lounge of the show, a featured lounge of the show.
Oh, we should. Yeah.
And just talk about a lounge that we've been to that we really appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we close off the shows with that moving forward.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm going to start off with the one that we both love.
Okay.
Probably the best shop that we both like in the entire United States. Do you know what it is?
The one in Fort Worth?
Yep.
Yeah.
Underground Cigar Shop.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Don and Chef are great people.
Yeah.
The customer base that goes into that shop is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Every time I've been there, it's like it's family.
Yeah.
They do primarily boutique cigars. You want to have a good experience at a cigar shop, go to Underground Cigar Shop, Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the day of the week, doesn't matter the time of the year.
Yeah.
You're going to have a good time.
Yep.
You're going to meet good people.
And they do an event once a year called the NFG. If you get a chance, get tickets, go to that. It's fun.
Yeah.
So
all boutique cigars, all new release stuff or event specific, event only cigars for that event. It's a really good time. But other than that, go smoke cigars, go drink whiskey, go get outside, and go to warfightertobacco.com.
There you go.
Perfect. And we'll see you guys next week. Cheers.